गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सेदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। शारदा शारदाम्बुज वदना वदनाम्बुजे सर्वदा सर्वदास्माकं सन्निधिं सन्निधिं क्रियात् सन्निधिं सन्निधिं क्रियात्। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यम् केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषम् पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिम्। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। चतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We'll read from page 39. Not 35. Second paragraph. अतः शब्दः हेत्वर्थः यस्माद्वेद एव अग्निहोत्रादीनां श्रेयसाधनानाम् अनित्यफलतां दर्शयते तद्यथा इह कर्मचितो लोकः क्षीयते एवं एव अमुत्र पुण्यचितो लोकः क्षीयते इत्यादि। तथा ब्रह्मविज्ञानादपि परं पुरुषार्थं दर्शयति। ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परम् इत्यादि। तस्माद्यथोक्त साधन संपत्ति अनंतरम ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा कर्तव्या। ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा ब्रह्मणो जिज्ञासा ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा ब्रह्म च वक्ष्यमाणलक्षणम् जन्माद्यस्य यतः इति अत एव न ब्रह्मशब्दस्य जात्यादि अर्थान्तरम् आशंकितव्यम्। ब्रह्मण इति कर्मणि षष्ठी न शेषे जिज्ञास्य अपेक्षत्वात् जिज्ञासायाः जिज्ञास्य अंतरानिर्देशाच्च ननु शेषषष्ठी परिग्रहे अपि ब्रह्मणो जिज्ञासा कर्मत्वम् न विरुध्यते। संबंध सामान्यस्य विशेषनिष्ठत्वात् एवं अपि प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मणः कर्मत्वम् उत्सृज्य सामान्यद्वारेण परोक्षं कर्मत्वम् कल्पयतो व्यर्थप्रयासः स्यात्। न व्यर्थः ब्रह्म आश्रित अशेष विचार प्रतिज्ञा अनर्थत्वात् इति चेत् न प्रधान परिग्रहे तद् अपेक्षितानाम् अर्थ आक्षिप्तत्वात् ब्रह्म हि ज्ञानेन आप्तुम् इष्टतमत्वात् प्रधानम् तस्मिन् प्रधाने जिज्ञासा कर्मणि परिगृहीते यैः जिज्ञासितैः विना ब्रह्म जिज्ञासितं न भवति। तानि अर्थाक्षिप्तानि एव इति न पृथक् सूत्रयितव्यानि। यथा राजासौ गच्छति इति उक्ते सपरिवारस्य राज्ञः गमनम् उक्तं भवति। तद्वत् श्रुति अनुगमाच्च यतो वा इमानि भूतानि जायन्ते इत्याद्याः श्रुतयः तद्विजिज्ञासस्व तद्ब्रह्म इति प्रत्यक्षम् एव। ब्रह्मणो जिज्ञासा कर्मत्वं दर्शयन्ति। तच्च कर्मणि षष्ठी परिग्रहे सूत्रेण अनुगतं भवति। तस्माद् ब्रह्मण इति कर्मणि षष्ठी ज्ञातुम् इच्छा जिज्ञासा अवगति पर्यन्तं ज्ञानम् सन्वाच्यायाः इच्छायाः कर्म फलविषयत्वात् इच्छायाः ज्ञानेन हि प्रमाणेन अवगन्तुम् इष्टं ब्रह्म ब्रह्म अवगतिः पुरुषार्थः निःशेष संसार बीज अविद्यादि अनर्थ निर्बर्हणा। तस्माद् ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासितव्यम्। तत्पुनर्ब्रह्म प्रसिद्धम् अप्रसिद्धं वा स्यात्। यदि प्रसिद्धं न जिज्ञासितव्यम् अथ अप्रसिद्धं नैव शक्यं जिज्ञासितुमिति उच्यते। अस्ति तावद् ब्रह्म नित्यशुद्ध बुद्ध मुक्तस्वभावं सर्वज्ञं सर्वशक्तिसमन्वितं। ब्रह्मशब्दस्य हि व्युत्पाद्यमानस्य नित्यशुद्धत्वाद् अयो अर्थः आद्यर्थः प्रतीयन्ते। ब्रह्मतेर्धातोरर्थानुगमात् सर्वस्य आत्मत्वाच्च ब्रह्मस्तित्वप्रसिद्धिः। सर्वः हि आत्मा अस्तित्व त्वं प्रत्येति न नाहमस्मीति यदि हि न आत्मा अस्तित्व प्रसिद्ध्य स्यात् सर्वो लोकः न अहम् अस्मीति प्रतीयात् आत्मा च ब्रह्म यदि तर्हि लोके ब्रह्मात्मत्वेन प्रसिद्धम् अस्ति ततो ज्ञातम् एव इति अजिज्ञास्यत्वं पुनरापन्नम् न तद्विशेषं प्रति विप्रतिपत्तेः देहमात्रं चैतन्यविशिष्टमात्मा इति प्राकृता जनाः लोकायतिकाः च प्रतिपन्नाः इन्द्रियाण्येव चेतनान्यात्मा इत्यपरे मन इति अन्ये विज्ञानमात्रं क्षणिकमिति एके शून्यमिति अपरे अस्ति देहादि व्यतिरिक्त संसारे कर्ता भोक्ता इति अपरे भोक्ता एव केवलम् न कर्ता इति एके अस्ति तद्व्यतिरिक्तः ईश्वरः सर्वज्ञः सर्वशक्तिरिति केचित् आत्मा स भोक्तुः इति अपरे एवं बहवो विप्रतिपन्नाः युक्तिवाक्य तद् आभास समाश्रयाः सन्तः तत्र अविचार्य यत्किञ्चित् प्रतिपद्यमानः निःश्रेयसात् प्रतिहन्येतानर्थं चेयात् तस्माद् ब्रह्मजिज्ञासा उपन्यासमुखेन वेदान्तवाक्यमीमांसा तद अविरोधी तर्कोपकरणा निःश्रेयस प्रयोजना प्रस्तूयते। we were seeing the first sutra, which was Athato Brahma Jigyasa. So our last class, I think it was on 7th. So we had seen the Atha and Ataha Shabda. Atha, Ataha, Brahma Jigyasa. So Atha means thereafter. We had established the meaning of Atha as thereafter. And we had seen the meaning of thereafter was Sadhan Sampatti Anantaram. So Atha had the meaning of Anantaram. Two meanings was there. One was Mangalik, the sound Atha, another was the meaning Atha. So the sound Atha is Mangalacharan, because that is the first sutra, and the meaning of the Atha word is after having acquired the fourfold qualification of Vivek, Vairagya, Shat Sampatti and Mumukshatva. So this was the meaning of Atha. Ataha means therefore. Therefore. Here the meaning of therefore, if you remember, it was mentioned that because, therefore indicates that there is some cause. Because karma cannot give moksha, therefore what shall we do? Brahma Jigyasa Kartavya. Why cannot karma give moksha? We gave the reference of Shruti and Shruti Yukti and Anubhuti we saw. Shruti we saw Rite Jnanatana Muktihi or Tapasa Brahma Vijigyasasva. Vidhi word has been used. Tadekam Brahmatvam Vidhi, Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi, Nedam Yadudam Upasate. So Vidhi word has been used, and Natu Kuryat word has been used for Brahman. This has been Tad Vidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya. So Shruti says, know that. And Yukti we saw that because samsara is because of adhyas, and therefore adhyas will only go by knowledge. And Anubhuti we saw that dukh goes by right understanding. Most of the time when we are understanding something properly, our sorrows settle down. If you say, I always say that if sorrow is the mind, so cause is there where effect is there. If there is, wherever there is ornament, there only you will get gold. It's not that gold ornament is on the table, gold is in the outside. So if the experience of sorrow is in the intellect and mind, the cause also is in the intellect and mind. And therefore, Shruti Yukti Anubhava Pramanehi Jnanadev Samsar Moksha iti Siddham. Therefore, by the Shruti Yukti Anubhuti Praman, we saw that by knowledge alone the moksha is proved. Ataha Brahma Jigyasa Kartavya Mokshaya. So if you saw, so Atha was Adhikari and Atha is Prayojanam. Now we will go to the final word, Brahma Jigyasa. It's very important to understand. It is little confusing if you don't take attention. So, Brahma Jigyasa. So, do the desire of the Brahman. This is the direct meaning. But direct meaning is not making much sense. Because Jigyasa or the inquiry of somebody, you can desire somebody if it is other than you. So, you don't, if some Brahma was some other object, we could have done the inquiry, the ichha of that. And therefore here the meaning Brahma Jigyasa is Brahma Jnanaya Vichar Vedant Vichar Kartavya. Don't forget this point. Brahma Jnanaya Vedant Vichar Kartavya. I had told that Brahma Jigyasa had three words. Brahma, Jigya and Sa. Brahma is one word, Jigya is another word, and Sa is another word. I am just making for convenience, for our understanding. So here Brahma means what? Jagat Karanam Brahma. Here Brahman word has different meaning at different places. Brahman does not means always the cause of world. Brahman has the meaning in Bhagavad Gita as the Vedas also, in the 3rd chapter. Karma Brahmodbhavam Vidhi. In Taittiriya Maha Iti Tad Brahma Sa Atma. Brahman has the meaning of Omkar also. So always understand any statement which reference it is said. Never quote the statement without reference. Brahman word like Ishwar word is there. Ishwar does not mean Lord. Ishwar can mean Jiva also. Yat chap utkramati Ishwara. In 15th chapter, Ishwar word has been used for Jiva also. Brahman can mean Hiranyagarbha also. So, what word is there? Supposing word is cold. Cold does not mean all the time cold means climatic cold. It was a cold welcome. It was a cold welcome. Or the body had become cold forever. So, cold world is not which reference it has been made, that we have to see. So same word has different meaning in different context. So always see where Brahma word is. If somebody asks what is the meaning of Brahman, so you say which reference you are talking about, where the word Brahman is come. Otherwise, if you tell the meaning of Brahman, that one which is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, there Brahman is the meaning of Anantatva is there. And Yato Vaimani Bhutani Jayanti, there Brahman has the meaning of Tad Brahma Tad Vijigyasasva Jagat Karanatva meaning is there. So always know what reference is what is said. Brahmavid apnoti param. So here Brahman has the meaning of Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So here Brahma Jigyasa Kartavya, it has the meaning of, don't forget, Brahma Jnanaya Vedant Vichar Kartavya. I think I had said this because Brahman is not directly the topic of Jigyasa. This you cannot force any desire. Jigyasa cannot be done. This topic has been taken in Brahma Sutra. You cannot say you should desire this. This desire will not be there. You should desire to do that. Desire won't come like that. Desire is not in the hand of Karta. You can't force yourself to desire. You should desire Ishwar. You cannot just desire Ishwar like that. You cannot desire something. Desire is a product of something. You desire to eat this. When I am hungry, desire is always there, without which something you are suffering, then you desire. Desire's formula is not having something, I am in sorrow. Therefore, I desire for that. Okay, I am feeling cold. So because I am feeling cold, therefore I will desire for some warm clothes. Will I desire for food? Because I am feeling hungry, therefore I am desiring the food. If I am not feeling hungry, I am not will I desire to go to America. Why? I am not having, by not going to America, I am not feeling any sadness. Why will that desire come? If I say, somebody says, desire to go to America, well, but I'm fine, I have no problem by not going. If by not going to America I have no problem at all, then why this desire will come in me? Got my point? So desire is not kartru pradhan, it is not purush tantra. That you can force yourself to desire something. You should have desire. You cannot have just desire like that. Always know this principle. Desire is preceded by, if I don't have something and I not having something does not mean you are sad without that. You don't have a car. You don't have a personal car. You are not sad about it. You don't have a wife. You are not sad about it. You don't have a husband. You are not sad about it. So not having is not equal to sadness. I don't have any money with me. I am not sad about it. When by not having certain things I have a sadness, then the question comes of desiring how to remove that particular cause. So Brahma Jigyasa, straight away you do Brahma Vichar. This is not right. Please go to Ataha word. Because of I experience samsara, I experience transmigration, I experience the problem of limitation in myself, and therefore to remove that limitation in myself, I want, scripture said that self is of the nature of Brahman. Therefore I want to know the real nature of Brahman. So Brahma Jnanaya Vedanta Vichar Kartavya. This is the meaning. Okay? You cannot force yourself to desire. You can't have, I will have desire for a Brahman. Why should you have desire? Oh, because by not knowing the nature of Atma, today I am Jeev and Samsari. I am buffeted up and down by the situations. I become unhappy, happy. I become sad today. I have expectation today. I am very much worried today because I have desires. I want to get out of my own limitations. Therefore the teacher says, to get out of the limitations, there is only one way. You know the Brahman. Then you will be out of the limitation. And therefore the real sentence here will be Brahma Jnanaya Vedant Vicharaha Kartavya. This is the main point. Okay. So, and how do you know that Brahman is here, that Brahman which is Jagat Karanatva? Because in the second sutra, which we are going to see from tomorrow onwards, or day after, Brahman has been defined as Jagat Karanatva. Second sutra will be defining the Brahman. Janmadyasya yataha. This is the second sutra. Fourth sutra we saw, no? So second sutra is Janmadyasya yataha. Then Shastra Yonitvat. So it will be said. So here Jigyasa means what? Jigyasa here means Jnanam. Avagati Paryantam Jnanam. Drin Aparoksha Jnanam of Brahman. So Jigya word means what? Drin Aparoksha Jnanam. Firm indirect knowledge of Brahman is the meaning of Jigya. Jigya. So from Drina Aparoksha Jnanam of Brahman, that is called Jigya. And Sa means what? Sa is San Pratyay. San Pratyay is called desiderative. Mumukshu. Mukshu. Bubukshu. Mumukshu. Desirous of liberation. Bubukshu, desirous of eating. Jigyasu, desirous of knowing. So here it means ichha or desire. Vachyartha is ichha or desire. This is a vachyartha. But implied meaning is vichar. I am repeating it. The direct meaning is vichar. Ichha. But the lakshyarth is inquiry. You are not desiring the Brahman. You want to know. You inquire something which is already there. And you desire for something which is not there. Okay. You desire for something which is not there. That Mr. X I don't see, I want to see. I want to see him. I want to see him. That is called Ichha is there. I want to know how to earn money because I don't have money right now. That is called desire. But what you have and you don't see it, they are more than desire. You do inquiry. You do inquiry. Let us find out. So you are desiring to inquire. Put it like that. You are desiring to inquire. You have more a desire to inquire how Atma is Brahman. And you are not directly desiring Brahman. It is more like this. Okay, it is more like this. Like somebody thought I am very bad. Somebody had a notion I am very bad person. Misconception. Other person said, no, you are not bad. Bole, but I am not good at all. Bole, no, this is your misconception. I will tell you how good you are. So he thought he is very bad, therefore he lost confidence. And he was going into depression. Then, the person who was treating the counselor, he said, no, bring paper and pen. They brought paper and pen. He said, now I'll tell you. Bole, how do you know? Bole, let us inquire whether you are good or bad. So he made him write all the good you donated there. You did this good work. You did this good work. You did this good work. So after getting, he is doing inquiry. Inquiry is required where something is already there and I don't see. And desiring is there where something is not there at all. Okay. I forgot where I have kept my keys on my table. You are sure? Yes. But where is it? I am not desiring for a key. I am desiring to where I have forgotten the keys. So please, literal meaning, don't see the literal meaning here. This is confusing point. And therefore I am desiring, so ichha janya vicharaha. I am desiring more to inquire rather than to have fresh desire. I am a fresh desire for a Brahman. This is the point. So Brahma Gyan vicharaha, ichha is there. So Brahma Gyan, so Drin aparokshaya, Brahma Gyanaya, Vedanta vichara kartavya. Kartavya. Because vichara is there, therefore kartavya. Jigyasa will be kartavya. Okay. Well, why you are adding Vedanta vichara? Why can't I make self-inquiry? Inquiry of the self with the Atma and Guru. Vedant vichar. So here ichha word is in the meaning of Brahma Jnanaya. Vichar word is there. I am repeating it. So the question has been raised, why you are bringing the word Vedant? Why you are using the word Brahma inquiry is equal to Vedant inquiry? Why you did not say Brahma inquiry only? Why did you say Vedant vichar and not Brahma vichar? Only because any knowledge can take place by suitable pramana only. Any knowledge, vichar inquires knowledge. You want a knowledge of Brahman. Knowledge of Brahman is known only by a suitable praman. And the praman for Brahman is Upanishad or Vedant. This is the point here. And therefore I am saying Vedant vichar. You are having the Brahma, for Brahma Gyan, you are doing Vedant vichar. Vedant vichar means the vichar of the Brahman as told in the Upanishad. This is the meaning. So vichar independently is not the praman. This is important thing. We are not doing Brahma vichar. By any way I am just thinking about Brahman. This is not the point here. To know the form, I need the praman of eyes. It should be anadigatam, asandigdham, abaditam, smriti vilakshanam, anubhav swarupam. So everything is known by its own means of knowledge. You can't know the taste by nose, neither can you see by tongue. So atindriya vishyaha ved vidhara, veda pramana. So the knowledge of the Brahman can be known only by the Vedanta. And therefore I will know about the Brahman. Who is the Praman for Brahman is Upanishad. Okay. Otherwise it will be speculative knowledge. It is knowledge of speculation. I am speculating. That means somebody has told at some time. He has speculated the knowledge. So, in the case of Brahman, see how the progression is here. Why you said Vedanta? Why don't you say I will do Brahma Vichar straight away from myself? Bole no. You have to know Brahma Jnana Vedanta Vichar ev kartavya. That means you have to enter the Upanishad. Vichar should be associated with Upanishad Shabda Pramanam and nothing else. For Upanishad, for Vedanta, for Brahma, only the Upanishad Shabda Praman is the Praman and no other Praman. And therefore I will say, I will show you everything in the Bhashya first here, that how he puts it. And therefore, although the Bhagavan Vedavyas does not use the word Vedant Vichar, but it is apparent we have to supply the word Vedant Vichar. Then only this word will have meaning. So two things we saw. First thing, Brahma Jigyasa does not, don't take it literally, the desire of the Brahma. You have to substitute Brahma Jnanaya Jigyasa. Brahma Jnanaya Jigyasa. This is first step. Then second step, Brahma Jnanaya Vedanta Vichara. So here Jigyasa word has the meaning of Vedanta Vicharasya Jigyasa. Natu Swatantra Jigyasa. Natu Brahmana Jigyasa. It is more to know how Atma is Brahman, the Jigyasa of how Atma is Brahman by Vedant Vichar, to make it more complete. To make it more complete, you are knowing how Atma is Brahman, you are desiring how Atma is Brahman. Some desire is there. You are desiring to inquire how Atma is Brahman by the Praman of Vedanta. So, Atmanah Brahma Pratipadyam Upanishada or Vedanta Pramanena. So, Atmanah Brahma Jigyasa. Atmanah Brahma Jigyasa. Brahma Jnana Jigyasa. Vedanta Pramanena. I hope this much is clear. 2 points were there. Now I'll go ahead. So why do you say that Brahma Jnana is required for Brahma Jnana? Why do you say that Brahma Jnana inquiry is required for Brahma Jnana inquiry? Because we are only interested in samsara nivritti. So samsara nivritti Brahma Jnana alone can give. Therefore, Ataha word we saw that Brahman alone can give the moksha, since sansara is superimposed. And any superimposition goes by knowledge, therefore adhyas will go by adhishthan jnana. This was the meaning of Atah. Yatra yatra adhyasatvam tatra tatra adhishthan ajnanasti. And therefore to get out that adhyas which you saw in Adhyas Bhashya, that this samsara is because of superimposition, therefore we need to have the knowledge only. This point was said here. So, samsara sa adhisthana jnana nivartya. So, adhyasatvat. Now we have seen this point. So, if we remove the samsara, we will have the adhishthan jnana. Let me now go ahead. What is said here? So one Purpaksh has been raised here. And Purpaksh says, we should do Atma Vichar. Why you are saying Brahma Vichar? You should do Atma Vichar. If the problem is in the Atma, then you should do Atma Vichar. And why you should do Brahma Vichar? So there is two answers, because Brahman is same as Atma. Brahman is same as Atma. How do you know Brahman is same as Atma? Because in Taittiriya it was said, Tad Vijigyasasva. In Taittiriya Upanishad, Tad Vijigyasasva. So, Yato va imani bhutani jayante, yena jatani jivanti, yat prayanti abhi samvishanti ti. After telling that, it was that said, what is it was said? Tad Brahma. And then it was said, Tad Vijigyasasva. Okay. So that is mentioned here. So the Brahman word, Tad word has been used for Brahman only. That means Upanishad is not separating Atma and Brahman. And at one place it is said Brahma, and in what is it called? In Brihadaranyaka it is said Atma Vare Drashtavya. So somewhere Brahma word has been used, Brahman should be known. Remember I gave the examples. In Chandogya also, in Taittiriya also, in Brihadaranyaka also, where this is Jigyasa Prakran going on. So Jigyasa Prakran is based on certain Shruti statements. So then we should know that point is there. This is the first sutra indicates oneness of Atma and Brahman. And therefore, for the inquiry of Brahman, we should do Brahma Vichar and Atma Vichar are not two different things. And second point is, when it is said Brahma Vichar, we should not feel Brahman is some new substance. Rather, Brahman is the new status of Atma after knowing its unlimited nature. Brahman is the new name of the Atma after removal of the ignorance, or after knowing its infinite nature. Its name itself has been given as as Brahman. So Upanishads don't discriminate between the name of Atma and Brahman. Somewhere they will say know the Atma, somewhere they will say know the Brahman, because they are actually meaning the oneness of the Atma and Brahman. Okay, and therefore, what do you say? Aham ahamiti siddhasya atmanaha brahmatvam siddhyati shruti. So this atmanaha brahmatvam shruti siddhyati. Okay. So therefore, if brahmatvam is the new status, jivatvam is the old status, yes. And what is the attempt here? My attempt is to replace and displace my jivatvam by brahmatvam. My attempt is that I want to get a new, not the new Atma, new name of Atma after knowledge. It's not that new Atma I got. Atmanaha brahmatva jnana. Atmanaha brahmatva jnana. Pratipadyatvam. This is the meaning here. So athato brahma jigyasa matlab kya? Athataha atmanaha brahma jigyasa. This is athato atmanaha. So atmanaha brahmatvam. This is the meaning of atmanaha brahmatvam kartavya. I hope this is clear in this. So Mahobhava, what will be the whole sentence now? Sadhan chatushte anantaram brahma jnanaya vedant shravana मनन निदिध्यासनानि कर्तव्यानि मोक्षाय. I am repeating the whole thing. Sadhan chatushte anantaram Atmanah Brahma Jnanaya is the expansion of the sutra only. Sadhan chatushte anantaram Atmanah Brahma Jnanaya Vedanta Shravan Manan Nididhyasanaani Kartavyani. Okay. Atmanah sadhan chatushte anantaram Atmanah Brahma Jnanaya Vedanta Shravana Manana Nididhyasanaani Kartavyani. बस साधन चतुष्टयानंतरम आत्मनः ब्रह्म ज्ञानाय. So the jigyasa word includes this. Shravana, manana, nididhyasanani kartavyani. Yasmad brahma jnanena mokshaha. Yasmad brahma jnanena eva mokshaha na karmana ityadi. How will you say in English now? Having acquired fourfold qualifications, one should do Shravan Manan Nididhyasan of Vedanta for sake of Veda, for sake of Brahma Jnana, because Brahma Jnana is not possible by actions, etc. I hope this is clear to you. So, atah brahma jigyasa. It should be totally clear. There is no element of doubt. But if you see directly sutras, you will have little confusion. And therefore you need bhashya. And on each sutra, very wonderful bhashya is there. We read it. 20 minutes went in reading. So, what shall I do? Where shall I start from? So the teacher will ask, have you sadhan chatushte? Have you heard Vedanta? Yes, I have heard Vedanta. Will your sorrows have gone or not? No, sorrows have not gone. So you did the crash course. This is called backdoor entry you did. I think you go back and acquire sadhan chatushte, because your knowledge has not gone deeper into your mind. Your knowledge has not yet percolated into your system. It means you were not having, there is a resistant entity in you. Please remove that obstacle. So go back and again. Will go back where? No, go back in the area of Karma Yoga and Upasana and acquire the qualification. Okay, then I should come. No. Till then I can stop hearing. No, wait. You can continue hearing, but parallelly try to do more of the Karma Yoga and Upasana. Acha? Yes. And this way you will acquire Vivek and Vairagya more. Shat Sampatti means integrated personality. Karma Yoga means defanging the personality. Defanging. That selfish entity, the desire, the anger, the comparison, the one who establishes a separate desire other than the community desire. I don't see myself as one part of the whole Virat. Jagat Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam is not there. So try to merge your individuality first. This is called Karma Yoga Sadhana. And after doing Karma Yoga Sadhana, Karma Yoga will give you desire. And Upasana will give you Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan. Okay, so that Upasana you do in good measure. Don't do in small measure. Small measure doesn't work anything. So you do that. Do and then listen. No, continuously do and you can listen parallelly. So you can continue listening. Don't worry, because listening itself creates vairagya. Listening itself creates vivek. Not vivek. It is it is vivek, not I. It is A. The source of dispassion is vivek. And therefore listening creates vivek. And therefore you will have two sources of vairagya. One will be Shravanam and other will be Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga. Upasana directly won't create vairagya. Upasana does not defang the ego, defang the personality. Upasana tries to channelize and make the mind towards one direction of the defanged personality. Okay? The spread out personality, which has, is multi-pointed personality, Upasana will try to bring it towards one higher point. But the poison in the personality that Karma Yoga alone can take. Upasana does not take the poison of the personality. Unfortunately. So one can be Upasak, but very egoistic person, or very strong likes, dislike, like Ravan, Hiranyakashipu, etc. They did not go through the process of Karma Yoga. They did Upasana for the fulfillment of their desires. So Upasana does not make the person egoless. Upasana's area is not that, rather. Sakam Upasana will give you the results. And Nishkam Upasana will give you a very quiet mind and favorable situations. I am not belittling the Upasana. I am saying Upasana done after Karma Yoga has a real fruit. Because it gives you very quiet, available mind where you can go deep into the system. Like I say, calculate 2 into 2, you say 4. I say, okay, 20 into 5, you say 100. I say, okay, 26 into 5. 26 into 5. How much is it? Our Shiv Salam, you would have said immediately. Meenakshiji's husband who was there, no, Shiv Salam. He would have answered any, about Bollywood also, about cricket also. 26 into 5 by 132. 130, sorry. Of this to know, you have to go, the deeper personality you have to go into that. Two into two was very easy. You didn't have to go deeper. But to calculate this one, you have to go deeper. Are you saying you are going to the depth of the mind? Upasana trains you to go deeper, where the Brahmakar Vritti, you are making a seat for Brahmakar Vritti. Teacher will give Brahmakar Vritti. Your stable mind will hold it for a long time. And if Karma Yoga is not there, Brahmakar Vritti also won't be there then. A person will not be able to even listen also. Because his I will not go. So Karma Yoga dilutes the I and upasana stabilizes the thought given by the teacher. Okay. This is the process of atha. Atha is more important. And therefore, before studying Vedanta earlier, they used to do Vyakaran, Purmimansa, Nyaya, Upasana. Then they were ready for that. I was listening to Swami Nishchilananji one day. He is the Puri Shankaracharya. So somebody asked him, after sannyas also should we do upasana? Or we should just get absorbed in Brahma Gyan and only. So he said upasana, very nice answer. He said, he quoted 11 canto of Bhagavad. He said, it is said that upasana should be done and can be done by everybody. Second point. Supposing the sannyas one who has taken, he has still not gone, he has still some defects in the mind. He has missed certain portion and jumped to sannyas. Anybody gave sannyas? Maybe he has not completed that course which was required earlier. That dosh will remain, therefore he should do upasana and get out of that dosh as well. Okay. And this is the conclusion of the first sutra. If you remember, I had said I'll give the general meaning of that. Then Shabd Arth was there. General meaning, word meaning, just word meaning. Then general meaning of the sutras. Then each word's meaning. And last was the phalam or conclusion. So conclusion now we will see how do they conclude this particular sutra. So if you remember, this is called Jigyasa Adhikaran. I told there are 192 topics in Brahma Sutra, and that topics are called Adhikaran, and each Adhikaran can have 1 sutra, 2 sutra, 5 sutra, 6 sutra, and this Adhikaran has only 1 sutra. And because this sutra is based on Brahma Jigyasa, therefore it is called Jigyasa Adhikaran. And technical way, the format that is presented, if you see, I had mentioned Vishayas Samshayoschaiva. So first you have to tell the Vishay, then Samshaya means objection, somebody has doubt, then Purupakshayoscha, one sloka I had. Then you see what is the Purupaksh, then what is the Siddhanta Paksh, and Sangati. So 5 topics are there: Vishay, subject matter; Samshaya means doubt; Purupaksh means some objection, view of a non-Vedantic; Uttar Paksh means answer; and last is Sangati. Sangati means how this was connected to the previous sutra. This is the development of the topic. So this is called the Nyaya way of putting it. So the Jigyasa Prakaran, Vishay is Vedanta Shastra. Please see. Jigyasa Prakaran, Vishay is Vedanta Shastram. What is the Samshaya? Samshaya, what is Samshaya? Vicharaniyam va na vicharaniyam va. Should we do inquiry or should not we do inquiry? Vicharaniyam va na vicharaniyam. Should we do inquiry about Vedanta or should not we do inquiry? This is called Samshaya. Now Purupaksh came. Purupaksh. Purupaksh means Sankhya, Nyaya ityadi. So they say Vedanta Shastram na vicharaniyam. We should not do any inquiry. Why? Why you are saying Anubandha Chatushtaya Abhavat. There is no Anubandha Chatushtaya. Anubandha Chatushtaya you heard in detail. Adhikari, etc. Bole, there is no Anubandha Chatushtaya of Vedanta. Bole, wow. No. Bole, why do you are saying like that? You know what they said? There is no Adhikari possible. By what? There is no Adhikari of Vedanta. There is nobody who can have so much of dispassion, who will be Shama, Dama, Uprati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan, Mukshatva. Total fullness is not possible. You will feel very happy because you will feel, yeah, this is talking about me. So, then they say there is no Adhikari possible because sadhan sampatti abhavat Adhikari nasti. This is their way. Well, how do you say Adhikari is nasti? Well, no, only we see very, I don't think so. Only Nachiketa we heard, or Shwet Ketu we heard, but I don't think so you will have Adhikari in general. Well, yes, in general you don't have Adhikari. That is clear. But there is something called Adhikari. Otherwise, how will Bhagavan give the knowledge to Arjuna? Why will Bhagavan say Manushyanam Sastrena Kaschit Yadati Siddhaye? Because every Upanishad is told to some Adhikari. Yagyavalkya is the Adhikari. In Pippalad Rishi's ashram, 6 students went in Prashna Upanishad and they had the knowledge of the Brahman. So if Adhikari is not there, then how will the fruit of Brahma Jnana is coming in the Upanishad? Bhavo Jnana Tapsa Puta Mad Bhavam Agata. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, there are many people who have known the Brahman. And therefore you cannot say. So first they say no, Adhikari is not there. Then they say Vishay is also not there. Vishay Nasti. There is no thing as Brahman. Lo. I am just telling what they say in objection. Well, why do you sing like that? Well, how can there be something nirgun? And you only say it cannot be known. So what cannot be known is not there. But when I say it cannot be known, I mean it cannot be known objectively. Well, if that I don't care. You only say it cannot be known. So something which is not known cannot be seen, cannot be heard. Na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati, no mana, na vidma. How is it existing? Therefore there is nothing. Brahman nasti. This is their Vishay. Achha? Prayojan, then what is Prayojan? When Brahm is not there, then how will non-existent thing can have any purpose? So Brahmana abhave katham Brahma Jnanam, and Brahma Jnane abhave katham Brahma Jnana Prayojanam bhavati? Brahmana abhave when Brahma is not there, there is no knowledge of the Brahman. When Brahma Jnana is not there, then what is the purpose of the knowledge of the Brahman? And when Vishay, when Adhikari, Prayojan, Vishay, all three are not there, then Sambandh is of whom? Then what Sambandh you are talking of? You said it was a Pratipadya, Pratipadak Sambandh, propounder and propounded. But I am saying there is no propounder. There is nothing in the Brahman to propound. So why you are talking about the book? This is Samshay. This is Samshay. Then Vedanta comes, he said, okay, you have completed your work? Yes. Well, no. Now you hear. First point you said Adhikari nasti. I will say Vedanta Shastram Vicharaniyam Anubandha Chatushtayatvat, because Anubandha Chatushtaya exists. Bole, why? Bole, Adhikari you said not. How can you say Adhikari nasti? Adhikaris are few. I agree that Adhikaris are not. Shramanayapi bahubhirna labhya. Ranvanto vi bhavo yamna viddu. Ascharyo vakta kushalasya jnata. You have heard this slok in Upanishad also. Ascharyavat paschati kaschidenam. Ascharyavat patati tadeva chanya. Ascharyavat tadeva anya shunoti. Shrutva ainam na veda kaschit. You have heard in Gita also. So Adhikari is there. I am the Adhikari. he's saying. Somebody went to Akhandanand Ji, he said, nowadays there are no Jnanis. Jnanis are not there nowadays. Swamiji said, I am the one, what you have to ask. I am the one. Now, only it is said very rare. I am that rare one also. Ask what the questions you have. He was total shocked. So something is rare, it doesn't mean it is non-existent. Vedant classes are rare. Doesn't mean it is nowhere Vedant classes are there. Don't make such statements. There. So adhikaris are there. Why adhikaris are there? Because it is an innate desire to be free. Why adhikaris are there? I want to be free from all sorrows from ever. This is the desire of a human being. You cannot kill this desire. Why seekers are born? Why brahmachari? Why they leave the houses? Why they come to the class? There is nothing else. But it is my desire, I want to be free forever from all my sorrows. If my next birth, I know there is next birth, I have problems. Then I don't want the next birth. I know when I will born, birth itself will be a problem. Then I have lot of mixed fruits are there. I will have problems in house, problems of fracture, problems of poverty. Quite a mixed fruit I have for if I am born for next 60 years. I have an accident also, I have a good wife, but my child will die. If I get such mixed fruit, I don't want to go there. It is my innate desire. And a person feels, just I told, that he is not adhikar, he tries to increase his adhikar. Only while doing the action, you know that if I am not fit, then let me make myself fit for that. I wanted to drive a car. They said, no, you cannot drive a car. Well, I need to drive because there is nobody. Then how to drive so that I can get a license? Then I will increase my adhikar of driving the car. Bole, acha. So don't say that there is no adhikari left. And with the second you said Brahman is not there. So Brahma negation is self-negation. How can you say like that? Because Brahman is of the nature of self, I already told you. It is just like saying, Mam mukhe jivva nasti. Somebody is talking in my mouth, the tongue is not there by talking. This is not possible. Okay. बहुत से अधिकारी हुए. Parikshit was not adhikari. After hearing whole Bhagavad, he said, I have known the knowledge of the Brahman. Can you hear in 10th canto? Hundreds of people are there, Upanishad, Puranas, all fixed. You heard about Vamdev ji in Aitari Upanishad. Hundreds of people are there who have been qualified student and they knew the Brahman. So Prayojan moksha is there. Many have attained moksha. Just now we give. And therefore Sambandh is also there. And therefore Anubandh Chatushta is there. Okay. So heard you then. The first point was Vishay, then Samshay, then Purupaksh. This is the answer of Siddhant Paksh. He refuted everything what he said. And last is Sangati. There is no Sangati because this is the first sutra itself. So there is no Sangati with the previous topic because this is the first topic. This is the Adhikaran is first Adhikaran is there, Jigyasa Adhikaran. So, asya adhikaran adyatvat sangati nasti. Because it is the first adhikaran, so I cannot make any connection. Yes, second adhikaran that will come, then we will see what is the connection between the first and the second adhikaran. So this is in nutshell, this is the format, what format you present. Format presentation. And this format presentation, if you see in Brahma Sutra, in your Bhashya, this is the format presentation. See in the 28th page, this first line, this is called Vaiyasik Nyaya Mala. Vaiyasik Nyaya Mala, I had talked about it. Avicharyam vicharya va page 28. Avicharyam vicharyam va. You got it? First. Very first. In small font. Avicharyam vicharyam va. Brahma adhyasa. Anirupanat. This is Brahma. Asandeha phalattvabhyam na vicharyam tadarhati. He Brahma. So, then the answer is giving adhyasa. This is a Siddhant Paksh. Adhyaso aham buddhi siddha asangah brahma shruti iti ritam sandehat mukti bhavacha vicharyam brahma vedata. So this is said in nutshell about what has been mentioned. I had taken this when we were taking, this is called Vaiyasik Nyayamala. Okay, so this is the, in short. I want to show what I said, where it is in Brahma Sutra Bhashyam also, but that we will see later on. Tomorrow we will. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.